In a quiet village surrounded by dusty roads and whispering palm trees, lived a young woman whose life was about to change forever. She was beautiful, educated, full of dreams. But in one cruel twist of fate, she was forced to marry a man she had never met. A poor farmer, or so she thought. What she didn't know was that this quiet, simple man was hiding a secret that would shock the entire village. Amara had always dreamed of a different life. Growing up in the small village of Umudara, she stood out, not just for her beauty, but for her intelligence. While others prepared for early marriage, she dreamed of building a career in the city. She wanted freedom, success, a life of choice. But her father had other plans. After falling into heavy debt, he made a decision that would change Amara's life forever. One evening, he called her into the sitting room. His face was heavy. His voice was firm. "You're getting married." Amara froze. To who? A farmer. His name is Obina. Her heart sank. A farmer? Father. I don't even know him. But her father didn't care. To him, this wasn't about love. It was about survival. The wedding was simple. Too simple. No joy. No excitement. Amara felt like a stranger in her own life. When she finally saw Obina, she was surprised. He looked calm, quiet, humble, dressed in plain clothes with dust on his sandals. Everything about him screamed poor, and Amara hated it. As they drove to his village house, she stared out the window, holding back tears. "This is not my life," she whispered. Obina's house was small, very small. No fancy furniture. No electricity most of the time. Just the basics. Amara couldn't believe it. "This is where I'm supposed to live?" she asked, disgusted. Obina simply nodded. "I know it's not much, but we'll be okay." His calmness annoyed her even more. Days turned into weeks. Every morning, Obina would wake up early, go to the farm, and return late in the evening. Amara, on the other hand, refused to adapt. She complained constantly. "You trapped me in this miserable life," she would shout. But Obina never argued. He just smiled and remained quiet. And that made her even angrier. As time passed, Amara began to notice something strange. Despite being a poor farmer, Obina never seemed worried about money. No matter the situation, there was always food. Always enough. Even when crops failed in neighboring farms, his farm thrived. People in the village respected him deeply. Some even bowed when greeting him. Why are they treating him like this? Amara wondered. One day, she followed him secretly. Instead of going straight to the farm, Obina walked deep into the forest. Curious and suspicious, Amara followed from a distance. What she saw next changed everything. Hidden behind thick trees was a massive, luxurious estate. Guards stood at the gate. Expensive cars lined the driveway. Amara's heart raced. This can't be. She watched as Obina walked confidently toward the gate. The guards immediately opened it and bowed. "Welcome, sir." "Sir?" Amara was stunned. She hid behind a tree, watching as her poor farmer husband stepped into a world of wealth and power. Later that evening, she confronted him. "Who are you?" she demanded. Obina sighed. And for the first time, his calm expression changed. Obina sat her down. "I wanted a simple life," he began. "I am not just a farmer. I own large agricultural companies across the country. Farms, export businesses, real estate." Amara couldn't believe her ears. "I came here to live quietly, to find someone who would love me for who I am, not what I have." Tears filled Amara's eyes. "So, this was all a test?" Obina shook his head. "No, it was my reality. The simple life is who I truly am." Amara felt ashamed. Every insult, every complaint. She remembered it all. From that day, Amara changed. She began helping on the farm. Learning, growing, appreciating. She saw Obina not as a poor man, but as a wise, humble, and deeply kind man. Their relationship slowly transformed. From strangers to partners. From resentment to love.